Good morning, students. Today we will see the third poem from Flamingo, that is Keeping Quiet. The poet is Pablo Neruda. About the poet. Pablo Neruda was a Chilean poet who was awarded the Nobel Prize for Literature in 1971. His poems are full of easily understood images which make them no less beautiful. He received numerous prestigious awards, including the International Peace Prize in 1950. He also got the other peace prizes like the Lenin Peace Prize and Stalin Peace Prize in 1953. Next, we will see the summary of Keeping Quiet is a peace poem written by Pablo Neruda. The poet asks humanity to count numbers from 1 to 12. 12 being the number of hours shown in a clock or the number of zodiac signs. He requests everyone not to speak because language creates barriers between people. You know that in different states, different languages are used. But that is not the main thing. The rough language or the rude language which is used by the people should not be used because it may hurt the people. Then the poet says that in this period of inactivity, the fishermen would not harm the whales, the salt gatherers will not hurt their hands, those who are busy destroying the nature will adopt a new approach towards life. You know that nowadays environment is too much affected due to the overuse of the things by the human being. So here the poet is requesting that stop it, stop using, or overuse should not be done by the human being because it will affect the nature, it will affect the environment, and the survivor will be affected. Here, the next thing he says that men should not use their hands for war. That means no harm should be there, no fight should be there. Always there should be unity, then only we can get a good results. And our activities should always be in the safety. That means we should think about the nature, we should think about the others' deeds and our own deeds so that everything can go in a smooth manner. You'll find the poet clarifies his idea and says further that he does not want that people should stand idle. That means no inactivity means doing no work. So he's telling the people that don't confuse a break with a inactivity. He's only telling that a short break is needed or some activities which are hurting or harming the nature and the people should be stopped. But it doesn't mean that you should be completely inactive. Activities should go on, but it should always promote brotherhood and peace. Then at the last, the poet says that just look at the nature, look at the earth. It can teach us how we can lead a happy and peaceful life. We can see that a seed which is being grown, it sprouts and then becomes a big tree, and it is providing fruits to the people or vegetables so that human being can use it. So the seed which is inside, which is put inside the earth, that is considered as completely being destroyed. But even after that, it gives fruits to us. So we should know the results of our deeds and celebrate our achievements. And this achievement should not be against the universe, against the nature, or against the human being, but it should always provide happiness and peace to others. Now we'll come to the explanation of poem stanza wise. See the first stanza. Now we will count to 12 and we will all keep still. For once on the face of the earth, let's not speak in any language. Let's stop for 1 second and not move our arms so much. What does here poet means? The poet says that I'm going to count up to 12. Now here 12 refers to the 12 hours in the clock or the 12 months in a year. And he wants everyone to stop and calm down. That means a break is being needed because people are rushing by telling that we are always busy, busy, busy. The poet urges everyone not to speak any language. Here, any language means the language which hurts others. That should not be spoken. And we should not take our arms or weapons against the others because it will bring only war. And we know that war only brings destruction. But he is demanding us to bring peace in this world. We'll come to the stanza. See the second stanza. It would be an exotic moment. Exotic moment means the happiest moment. Without rush, without engines, we would be together in a sudden strangeness. Fishermen in the cold sea would not harm whales, and the man gathering salt would look at his hurt hands. Here, the poet is bringing a different situations. One is about engine which is continuously working, vehicles and machines. See, that cannot be stopped, but at least a small break can be given so that everything which is regularly being used and destroys the environment, that can be at least stopped. The further the poet says that fishermen will also stop and not harm whales in the sea because whales are considered as the main fish in the sea. Then he is telling the people who are gathering the salt, if they are getting hurt in their hand, what will happen if they continuously work? That will pain a lot. So they should not give the pain to themselves. Stop for some time, let it be recovered, and then they can start with their work. Third stanza. Those who prepare green wars, wars with gas, wars with fire, victory with no survivors, would put on clean clothes and walk about with their brothers in the shade, doing nothing. What I want should not be confused with total inactivity. Life is what it is about. I want no truck with death. Here the poet says that human beings should not make a confusion with a total inactivity and silence. See the things which we are doing in order to harm the environment, like deforestation and the complete waste of the chemicals being put in our rivers. This all should be completely stopped. And here, what does this Wars with gas means about chemicals, and green wars is destroying the environment. So, this should be completely stopped, by which we can have a friendly atmosphere and a good environment will be provided so that we can promote peace and harmony in the world. In the fourth stanza, see it what the lines are given. If we were not so single minded about keeping our lives moving, and for once could perhaps a huge silence might interrupt this sadness of never understanding ourselves and of threatening ourselves with death. Now, here, poet wants to clarify to the readers that what does it means, what silence or calmness he wants. He says that don't kill anything, don't kill the nature, don't kill human being, but always be away from the, the damages being done or greed of for money and expansion of territories. This should be completely stopped so that a time can come by which we can have a happy life, a life without a death. That is the request made by the poet, that we should stop all the inactivities which are actually harming the nature and a human being. In the fifth stanza, see the lines which he refers is mainly that we should see the earth. That means we should learn something from the earth. See the lines? Perhaps the earth can teach us, as when everything seems dead and later proves to be alive. Now I will count up to 12 and you keep quiet and I will go. Here again the poet is suggesting that let human being learn some lesson from the earth. What all things we can find in nature, that is trees, birds, rivers, sky, this all gives us a big example of the beauty of nature. And nature cannot be destroyed by human being, should not be destroyed by human being. See, nature is a beautiful gift of God. So here he says that it's our duty to protect the nature so that we can have a good survival. Finally, he ends up by saying that we will count up to 12 so that we all may become quiet. And here, quiet means to calm down ourselves and move towards the path of peace and harmony. So, this is the explanation of the complete poem. Now, in the concluding part or the theme of this poem is that always put an impact on silence and self introspection so that the world can be a better place where there will be a complete peace. Thank you. Thank you for listening the summary and the explanation of the poem.